Um, last week, or roughly last week, I listened to a audiobook called The Company of Death by Alisa Hansen. She's known on YouTube as Maven the Eventide. Um, the plot of this book is it's set in like a post-apocalyptic future where zombies and vampires exist. And the main character of Emily, who's a soldier, along with her group, her comrades, have to deal with these zombies on a daily basis. And they're trying to like save these people who are trying to get to this commune who are where it's run by vampires. So this story deals with like the you have basically two forms of bad, but one is worse than the other. If you get a zombie, you normally just turn to a mindless fiend. But for some, like Emily, if you get bit by a vampire, it means like almost for her a loss of free will. She would do anything to avoid that. There's also a couple of other characters. There's Chris. He comes in later in the book, and there's an android who is his protector, and then there's the character of Death. And it's Emily who ends up meeting Death because just as she's being eaten by this human guard who turned to a zombie, and as the process is happening where she's being changed into a zombie, Death touches her, and so she's a zombie but fully aware of her mental capacities. And I thought, like, okay, this is a first book in a trilogy. I don't know when the other two are going to come out. But while she's dealing with this and realized once Death touched her and everything, it kind of screwed everything up for him as well. Because now, because of time, and not being metaphorical, but the entity of time, he can no longer like reap the souls of who he needs to reap. And there's also something to do with like these other like war and pestilence. So you deal not with these characters a whole lot, only a little bit. And, it's necessarily about the journey of getting to New York City, where supposedly there's a cure for being a zombie, a cure for this plague. This book came out last year, 2019, and I enjoyed it for the most part. I kind of felt bad for the main character because at one point she was actually thinking about committing suicide, and it ended up, I think the gun ended up jamming or something. And because she's been dealing with this for so long and him dealing with the pressure, just trying to, uh, I guess, not necessarily fit in, but be the best soldier she can, and also try to fit in and just a bunch of other different things. I did enjoy this first book. I am looking forward to like the next in the series, and luckily this hopefully be a short series. Like it will be just 3 books. Yeah, I am looking forward to what's coming up next. I like Elisa Hansen's writing style, especially with the character death, because it reminded me of uh, Harry Pratchett's um, version of death for his World Series. A very dry sort of wit about the character of death. There are times though where Emily's character is a little whiny. No, it's not just Emily's character. It's the character Chris who's a bit of a whiny brat. Um, there's I did like the character of Rosa. She's one of the characters that is like almost like a mother figure to the main character. Sadly, she does not. Sorry for the spoilers. She and the other part of the team, do not survive. But still, even with that sort of conflict and things, this book was very enjoyable. Vampire, what is his name? I believe it was Lee. I liked his character. He's just a guy who's trying to basically attack, not with the other vampires, but even with this main coven leader, and I like his character a little bit. I'm looking forward to see what Hansen does with him in the other books. And I just enjoyed. I actually really enjoyed this first book. Probably enough to, if I can get a chance to get, like, say, a paperback version or a hardback version. The only reason I was able to listen to the audiobook was because of Hoopla, the library. Um, those are my thoughts on the Company of Death. If you want to hear more about what I think about like movies or books or TV shows, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Sasha, I will talk to you later. Bye.